Alright, what's up guys? Welcome to the Commentary is Silent channel where the commentary is not so silent. And in today's video, I will be talking on how a woman, of this day and age, got dumped over her body. I'm telling you, men are crazy. Andrew Tate came out and, there are some dudes out there that went, mad. They went crazy, alright? But I'm gonna just say this before I get into this video. Bro, you should never look at a woman's body, what she does to her body, what tattoos, piercings, clothes, whatever if this girl, let's say for an example, if a girl wanted to wear a suit to her wedding, let her wear a suit to her wedding. I was in the shower thinking about that. I be having some of the most randomest thoughts in the shower, and I was thinking that where I was like, bro, I wonder what I would how I would react to if a girl wanted to, or if my future wife wanted to wear a suit, like a suit that I'm wearing, alright? She wanted to wear a suit to our wedding, and I'm like, hey, you know what? I'm like, this is your day, this is what you want to do. I'm like, stand out, because my thing is this: we've already have gotten to a point of marriage. So at that point, I've accepted her fashion, alright? I'm pretty sure I would have known of her fashion before we're getting married. I know who she is as a person. I'm not gonna dump her. Because my thing is this: what a person does, not even just speaking on just women, but just everybody. All right, it's this little bit of motivation I'm gonna be putting into you guys is rated E for everybody. But whatever a person does to their body, if they want to do that, fam, that is on them. Now, later on down the road, if they have regrets, guess what? They will change it for themselves, but not because others have told them to. For an example, and the thing is this, because I'm like, if that's what that man wants to do, that is all on him. But just recently, Playboi Carti had got Satan, the devil, that guy, he got his name tattooed. I think it was in the back of his neck or something. I'm like, look, that's him. That is his body. That's what he wants to do. If anything, I'm not going to be if I was friends with Playboi Carti, I would be sitting down trying to talk with him and understand, why would you do some stuff like that, But it's I'm not going to be oh, not going to be friends with you no more. Sorry. Don't ever contact me again. So, that's, alright, in today's video, that's what I'm going to be talking about. How this girl, alright, her ex did that. He did that very thing. He just dumped her, and was all because so that mustache area of our faces, so she got a piercing in the middle, and he dumped her through text message. That's the crazy thing about it. He dumped her through text message. Didn't Taylor Swift, didn't she sing a song about some guy that did some stuff like that? It was one of those singers of 2009 that got dumped through text message. And I'm like, fam, that's just some crazy stuff. But so anyways, so this was on Twitter. Tweet was going viral. I seen it. Actually, it was one of my friends, Jenny. She had shared the tweet. I didn't see what she said. I was just curious about, because I'm nosy. You get on Twitter, you see screenshots of messages and stuff. You tend to get nosy. So anyways, I'm reading through the messages, and this is how it starts off, right? So it starts off with, because I got the girl. So shout out to Candy Dani 19. That is her Twitter name, by the way. And so she posted the screenshots of what her ex had sent her. So it starts off with him saying, I really don't like your piercing. She goes on to say, okay, I don't know what to tell you. Then he responds back saying good night. She also responded back saying good night. So right then and there, it should have just been it. Then this is how he should have did it. He should have waited until they could have gotten to a face-to-face confrontation. Not on some crazy stuff, but he should have just sat down and communicated with her. Let her know how he feels. And I'm like, and then if my thing is this, if it ain't on some logical stuff, then it's fam, let it go. Okay, if you can't think of a logical reason on why she should get rid, because if it's on some health stuff, then it's okay, I can understand that. I've seen so many people with that piercing, though. I'm like, I don't know what kind of health issues you could have. Maybe if it was a particular person she went to go get the piercing, then I'm like, oh, okay, well then, yeah, that person's untrustworthy. It's you shouldn't have got your piercing there. You should have went over to a high-end place or something, because it's I want you to wake up one day and that whole upper part, that mustache area of your face is gone, and it's just teeth. Like I on like that's gonna be 10 times scarier than a person having them little piercings and stuff. So, but anyways. So then she says goodnight. Then he goes on and responds, I don't know if this was like later on or around the same time. But then he goes on and says, I think I'm done with this. Then she says, if that's your final answer, then okay. Then he goes on to say, yeah, that... He said an explicit word. I'm not going to say it because kids can be watching. But he says, yeah, that bleep made me find you so unattractive. Like, bro, that's man, this guy, he's just like Andrew Tate came out, men have went crazy. All right, I ain't gonna say all men because I'm like my thing is this, like if like and all right, so I'm gonna finish off the messages and I just kind of want to give off like how I would react in a situation like that. So, but anyways, then after he said that, then then he stopped sharing locations with her. Like he really cut this girl off over a piercing. So then she goes on and says, all right. Then he says, I'm gonna block your number. Don't bother messaging me back. Then he said, or then Dani says, okay. Then he goes off to say, I took you off all my socials. Then she last message she sent him was, okay. I followed her because I'm like I want to see what happens in the up and coming days, because I feel like he's most likely gonna go back to her tweet, right? He's gonna see how viral this went, and he's gonna realize how stupid he looks, and then he's gonna be like, Dani, look, I'm sorry, I didn't realize like how that this was such like a issue. He gonna just say something stupid, and I hope and I pray that Dani is like, no. Like, she literally hits him with Jordan Peele's latest movie. Just a flat out nope. And she stopped sharing locations with him. She unfollows him and takes him off of their socials. And then sends him a message back saying, don't ever bother messaging me again. Like, sir, you can't come back from that. Like, you cannot come. And see, here's the thing. Dani did a good thing. The only thing that we know of this guy is that his first name is David. That's it. That's all we know. But she could have really went above and beyond. Could have been on some, like, messed up stuff where it's like she could have put his information out there, let the whole world know who he is. And it's like, yeah, this man, he can never be on the internet again. But she didn't. She literally, see, you could tell that Dani is so much more mature than this guy. Because she just left it as like, alright, she literally, no, like that old video of Waka Flocka Flame just saying, okay. Like, she literally hit him with that and moved on with her life. So, no, I messaged her, I asked her, can I make a video out of this, please? Like, please, can I make a video? She said, yeah, no, Dani cool, though. Like, just off of the brief conversation that me and her had, I was like, no, I could tell she cool. And she has a link to her, to her Twitch channel. So I'm like, I'm hoping, like, at some point in time, she starts streaming, because I'm like, fam, I would really love to just be in her streams, just vibing with her and stuff. Like, nah, she comes off as cool people. So, yeah, it's like, that's just, man, it's just crazy to think, like, women are out here just getting dumped. Like, they still ain't got control over, I mean, well, they do, but there's just guys out there that thinks, like, oh, I have, like, some sort of ownership, like, where it's like, oh, she's gonna really take her piercing out because I don't like it. So, like, overall, to put myself in play, like, what would I do if, like, whoever my significant other is, she came home with that same exact mustache area piercing? I just be all like, oh wow, you got that that mustache area pierced. Then she gonna probably tell me, we gonna most likely get into an argument of what's that area called, and I'm all like, fam, it's the mustache area. She's like, no, it's this. She gonna call it something else. I'm like, what grows there? I'm like, a mustache. So I'm like, how you gonna tell me? I'm like, I could grow a mustache. You in that little small area, you can't, because it's pierced. I'm like, you don't see too many women. I'm like, with mustaches. I'm like, I know this. Maybe for you, you got what you're calling it, but for me, this the mustache area. Then we're gonna be up on Google at like 2-3 in the morning trying to find out what that area is called, and then probably play video games and go to sleep. Like, because see, here's the thing, where it's like, in relationships, it ain't supposed, my thing is this, especially if it's like a long lasting relationship, what it should be is that beforehand in the dating phase, that's when you start accepting what one another does. Now it's like, yeah, if they surprise you with some stuff, because I've sat down and I've thought about like and I was just even thinking of one thing earlier when I was in the shower. But I'm like, if my significant other, she decided like she had like long hair, but she decided to go bald, I'm like, hey, well, I just know not to, crack no G.I. Jane jokes, because I ain't trying to get slapped, all right? So there goes one. Piercings. If she wants to get piercings, I'm like, hey, just don't do no weird piercings, like you pierce your eyes, or what are some other piercings, or like you pierce the fingertips of your hands, or just just something that areas that shouldn't just be pierced, like, or you like I got open heart surgery so I can pierce the inside of my heart, and I'm like, you're gonna die at some point. You're gonna go through a metal detector, that thing's gonna shut down your whole system, and it's not gonna be good. But or if she get like some crazy tattoos, like, look, just don't get like no face tattoos where it's like you look like you should be like running a Tribe Called Quest or something. Like, no, it's just stop it, okay? But like, no, and so like, no, just recently Playboy Cardi, I know people probably would ask me some stuff like that. Well, like, let's say if your girl got a Satan tattoo, how would that make you feel? Now that, because I'm like, that type of stuff, and I'm probably fall underneath the same category as the David guy, but I'm like, that will probably be like the limit where I'm like, okay, like, I don't know why you would get that. And do you not hear me listening to gospel music at times? Like, you don't hear me saying thank you, God, like in certain moments of my life. Why would you get attacked? But that would be something where I would sit down and talk to her about it. I'm like, if this is going to be the end of the relationship, then it's like, hey, it was good while it lasted, like, I really don't want no beef or no drama or stuff, but I'm like, I'm sorry, I just, I can't. And I know there's gonna probably be people out there like, you need to accept her for whatever she wants to be, or for where, or accept the things that she want to get. And I'm like, look, my thing is this, I'll be cool with her, but I'm like, I just can't be, because my thing is this, right? It's like, I'm pretty sure that there's things out there that she wouldn't want me to do or get into, right? So like, the thing is, like, let's say if it's on some stuff, because it's like, for people that know me, I'm into sneakers, right? So let's say it's on some stuff where she's like, I decide, like, we're not at the point in time where we're dating, but it was like later in the relationship, I decide to get into sneakers. I start buying Jordans, and she's all like, I don't like guys that wear Jordans. I'm like, my thing is this, I would want to sit down and communicate and talk about it until we come up with a solution and things, and so it's like, that's what I want to do. If she were to get some Satan tattoo, I'm like, probably the solution is going to be where the relationship ends. She don't get that tattoo removed, I'm like, relationship going to have to end. But I'm like, I feel like that you can't compare that to a little mustache piercing and stuff. I feel like it's two different things. It's like one is just a piercing, the other one has to do with like some sort of religion. I'm like, hey, whatever stuff you got going on in your life, if you want to do that, that's on you. But I'm like, I'm sorry, but I can't be with that, so I know people gonna probably like, could say I ain't no different than David, but I'm like, they're like, the thing is this, is like, just like David got his preferences. Obviously his preferences is a little bit different than mine. But, yeah, I just personally think where it's like, you just gotta sit down and communicate with people, so it wouldn't be no situation like this. And he ain't getting put on blast on Twitter and stuff. So like, overall, the moral of this, video, communication is key. Alright, so anyways, and that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you everybody that tuned in for today's video. Let me know what you guys think in the comment sections. Don't be doing no bullying stuff or just leaving no disrespectful comments. Just say how you feel, and that's it, okay? Be respectful, alright, in the comments. Be respectful. But talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching. Also, if you are purchasing any tickets from SeatGeek, make sure you use my promo code TMossBoss. It will knock $20 off your first purchase. Like, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and peace.